Hey guys, you're watching Sports Star. Last season, when these two teams met, one of the games ended with 11 goals and a 6-5 scoreline in favor of one of the teams. This time around, the same team managed a similar result, taking the 3 points, but the entire game fell short of just one goal. The two teams I'm talking about, if you don't already know, are Odisha FC and SC East Bengal, with a 6-4 victory going in Odisha FC's favour on Tuesday night. Now, if I had my way, I would have just asked the broadcasters or the league itself to just supply us with footage of those 10 goals and then just run them here for you guys as a highlight reel. Because in a game like this, what else can you talk about at the drop of a hat? There were some really interesting goals. We had a goal converted from a free kick directly. We had a direct goal from a corner. We had some incredible goal scoring prowess and some aggressive striking in bits. We had a comeback that almost looked like a very obvious win would be snatched away. There was a lot of drama, basically. That's what I'm trying to tell you in this game. But to sort of understand how the game went, let's go through this match as it went along. Given the different momentum with which both these teams were entering this clash, it was quite surprising to see SC East Bengal draw first blood, with Darren Sidowell finding the back of the net to open SC East Bengal's account and get the score sheet going. All of this happened in the 13th minute. Raju Gaikwad sent in a very strong throw-in, which was collected by Sidowell, and he shot it into the top right of the goal, with the keeper unable to do anything about it. It was a strong way to make a statement and get on the score sheet, especially against a team that is so trigger happy as Odisha FC, as we've seen when they beat Bengaluru 3-1. But you would think that SC East Bengal would go on to capitalize on the kind of momentum that they had built with that opening goal, but that's not what happened. Hector RODAS decided to enter the conversation and be like, okay, let's spice things up a little bit. And spice things up he did. He scored 2 goals in 7 minutes. Both his goals featured Javi Hernandez. The first one, of course, was a free kick that Javi executed with perfection, that RODAS just had to head into the goal. Very simple, but what stood out here was the fact that RODAS was not marked at all. So SC East Bengal's defense was actually found wanting. There was nobody there. So it was like an invisible defense there that just allowed the goal to go past the keeper, and there was only that much he could do. Tough questions? This is just the beginning. The similarities between the first and the second goal were many. It was a set-piece goal again. It involved Javi Hernandez again. It involved a header from RODAS again, except this time it was a corner kick from Javi, and RODAS made no mistake. Raju Gaikwad was marking RODAS at this time. He was too strong, and Raju Gaikwad was barely able to do anything to stop this from finding the back of the net. So that gave Odisha FC a 2-1 lead in a matter of minutes. But if you thought they stopped there, you're mistaken, because there was a third goal coming up, and this time Javi Hernandez realized, okay, I'm done helping, I want to get a bit of the action too. And how did he get there? Oh god, it was an Olympico goal for a change, the first of the season. Javi Hernandez sent one swinging in from a corner kick, and it had to do no work but to just nicely glide into the far post. There was nothing the keeper could do, and SC East Bengal's defense was just nowhere to be seen, or at least wasn't organized enough to be able to do anything about a shot like this coming in from Javi. It was a brilliant way to sort of bookend the first half, if I may say so. Lovely dominant display and great comeback, might we add, from Odisha FC after trailing early on in the game. So going into the second half, there was obviously a lot for SC East Bengal to try and do, but Odisha FC dominated possession in the first couple of minutes, first 10-15 odd minutes in the game. SC East Bengal made a couple of substitutions. They made 3 changes and they tried to sort of get in and try and dictate the game, but to no avail. This ended in the 71st minute with Aridai Suarez coming into the party. He scored Odisha FC's 4th goal. It was a pretty straightforward effort from him. There was a ball, the ball was just outside the box, and he sent a very straight sort of a shot right into the back of the net. Simple, clear, clean. East Bengal tried to still figure out what it could do differently, sending in more substitutes, finishing its quota of 5. And in the 80th minute, Haukib found the back of the net with a little help from Mohammad Rafiq. Rafiq ran down the left flank and sent it across to Haukib, who just had to get the header right, and he connected well to beat the keeper and find the back of the net. SC East Bengal was clearly willing to do some work to try and get back into this game, and they had done that with the scoreline now reading 4-2. They had half the deficit alright, but there was still a lot of work to do, especially against an Odisha FC side that was relentless at the other end. And they went on to prove just why I said that in the very next minute, with Isak Panlaw Ratfella scoring to increase Odisha FC's lead by 3 goals. The scoreline now reading 5-2. You think, again, I'm going to say this multiple times, but you think that's sort of where the game ends, or you think that both these teams would try and fall back and try and plug the amount of goals coming in, but no, that's not what happened. And we have Daniel Chukwu to thank for it, with 2 goals in the 89th and 90th minute. The 90th minute, in fact, was a penalty that he converted to really get East Bengal back into this game. The scoreline now read 5-4, with East Bengal having the opportunity to at least, at the very minimum, press for a draw. But Ariday Suarez realized, okay, that's it, enough of dilly-dallying. And he finished the game in the 90th minute after converting a low cross that he got from the right flank to put the game to rest. There is so much to talk about from a game like this, but one of the easiest things that we need to highlight, number one, is that Javier Hernandez goal. A direct goal from a corner can never be unattractive to look at, and this made for some extremely skillful football to watch. But on the other hand, you had SC East Bengal, which managed to score 4 goals, absolutely all credit to the goal scorers. But where was the defense? You could have easily stopped Odisha FC from running rampant the way they did. It was not just about scoring those 6 goals, it was allowing them bulk of the possession, allowing them spaces in the back to actually negotiate and try and beat a keeper who can only do so much when he's stuck figuring out strong people like this who are sending in powerful shots to the back of the net. SC East Bengal has much to learn from this game, especially given that they did try and match toe-to-toe in terms of the striking prowess of the opponent side. I won't dwell too much on the post-match thoughts from the players and the coach, but one thing that came off from both sides, especially from SC East Bengal, was their inability to sort of counter those set pieces and let the momentum slip away from them. The fact that they started the game so confidently and actually managed to take that first shot and get on the score sheet first was an advantage that they should have capitalized better on, but their defense let them down a little bit. They didn't really have an answer for the momentum changing. Odisha FC meanwhile has a lot to cheer about, but they too should probably take a look at how SC East Bengal got away with scoring those 4 goals. Nevertheless, we have another very high octane match coming up on Wednesday with ATK Mohun Bagan taking on Mumbai City FC. Now, I would be lying if I say I'm not excited for this clash, given the kind of heavyweights that these two teams are in the ISL. An absorbing encounter promises to be on show for us, and we will be covering that match live on Sportstar. You can follow the game with us as it happens on our website www.sportstar.thehindu.com. You can also catch all of the updates happening live on our social media. You can follow us on @SportstarWeb. Instead, if you want the comforts of us sending you updates live to your inbox, you can also follow us and subscribe to us on our Telegram channel so that we can do the same for you. Do make sure you join us for our thoughts after this game. Until then, take care and thanks for watching.